Like rich boy.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. On first down, it's Watson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Cassius Marsh able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 59 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
From the red zone now, Watson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by a Keller Witherspoon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Tiger. Go. Let's go. Hey, switch. 6. Purple 64.
Foles. And connecting here with DJ Shark. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That goes for a gain of 31.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
6.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he stopped immediately there. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Here's Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DJ Reader in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
One. Tiger.
Now Foles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart a zone defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On second down, here's Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. Throwing on third down, Watson. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And this is recovered in the end zone by the defense. My goodness, what a late turn of events here. That's something you have to be wary of on your side of the field, that close to the goal line. The defense, they are looking for that football. They got it. They scored it.
You are so right, and the quarterback has to speed things up himself. So close to the goal line, they're going to get after you. Make sure you get rid of the football and in a safe place.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. The former All-Pro Marcel Darius brings him down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Watson now on second down. Wide open receiver complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Watson now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. Finding room to the 20. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Go with 5-3! Go with 5-3! Be alert, be alert!
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Hodges. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Great. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Hey, here we go, I got you. Purple 64.
And they'll run it here. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. They'll set up a throw. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. And there they bring pressure from the inside, and they get home.
Yeah, hard to block everyone, isn't it? And on this play, someone did not get blocked. He's the one who got home.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. But they face a second and long to start things out.
Keep going right at him.
They're going to look to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. And give him 9 yards on the second down screen play.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Whitney Merciless in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now out comes Houston. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it, but most of the good ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And did the Jaguars come up with it? They did. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Purple 64.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Great.
Looking to throw. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
Be alert.
On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Flat.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Let's go.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime.
Go, go, go.
He'll drop to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jaguars add on to their lead. And when the quarterback drops and has a guy that wide open in the end zone, his eyes have to get just as big as grapefruits.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, this is the easiest throw you're going to get, and you're going to get the benefit of a touchdown on top of it. Make that throw.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. A first down carry now for Miller. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Well, he's been the guy. Already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
So on 4th down, Texan kicker Kaimi Fairbairn comes on. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Stick!
He'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Whitney Merciless in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Tempo.
They'll drop to throw. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. The Jaguars on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Come back!
A shotgun snap for Watson. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a 1st down throw. Watson, a quick hitter, complete. It's Fuller. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. To the air yet again, Watson. Throw left side, complete to QT. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pick up there, 26 yards. Watson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. And the pitch goes to Miller. Able to power through. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Here's Watson. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, this from 46. And McManus able to put it through. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Whitney Merciless in there to get him, and that is sack number 15 for him on the year. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Watson now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, Silver.
Foles. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Now back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Here's Foles. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hodges. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Now Foles. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hodges. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Telvin Smith in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Operating from the gun, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Here's a give to Miller. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd is Watson. He sets to fire deep. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Richmond!
3rd and long. It's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. And when a Hail Mary is completed for a touchdown pass like that, I think any defensive coordinator just puts their face right into their hands.
I don't think there's any doubt about it, and I don't have stats in front of me. I don't have the empirical numbers that say that in recent years the Hail Mary pass has been completed more than it has been, but it feels that way, doesn't it? And I know the defenses are spending more time on it. I think the biggest mistake they make is that they play everything from behind the receiver. I think they've got to start getting people in front as well to try and knock the ball away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
Here we go.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Foles now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Check, butt sit. Check, butt sit.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Fournette, a 1st down carry. No, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Hodges. And he lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now Watson, and he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. To throw is Watson. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Watson trying to lay one up deep. And that is incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now, look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it.
Touchdown, Jaguars! DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes the Texans now. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. Eluding the pressure right. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Here's Watson now on 2nd down. Going up top. This is caught at the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A huge play there for Houston. 46 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans cut into that lead. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now out come the Jags. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Yeah, let's go. Great.
They'll look to throw. Conley's got it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their 1st time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
1-1-1.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground now with Fournette. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. The Jaguars on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9.
Go, go! Tempo, tempo, tempo!
Looking to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into it.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Under.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Jags, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's a loss that sets them back in their playoff push as they fall to 6-5. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. Yo. I'm too, on one day on my third, I was too broke, now I'm too rich. Made 100K on my third shift, I'm a boy, so, boy, and I'm a gangster. And you a, boy, man, we been getting money for a long time. We was out here hungry for a long time. I don't never really have no punchlines. And all you rappers looking like a lunch line. Right now, I got you. Right now. Nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh, I'm up right now. Hop out, valet, walk out. All these bands I lost count, cause I'm too up right now. Too up right now. Yeah, I'm too up. Round blew up. Copped that new rape on them haters. Threw up. Brother went to jail for them. Told me you up. First time I seen 100 bands, yeah, I grew up. Ooh, on the couches with my shoe up. And we was getting that record label money before they knew us. And we were blowing your budget in the club to boof up. If your dog fall in your ball hog and get your whole crew up. Ooh, I'm with right now, I got you. Right now, nothing, need a Uber right now. Right now, need crew love right now. Cause we too up right now. Ooh.